we're trying to find space to have our Rushford days. And if we could have a space that we could call our own for a while and put improvements, permanent improvements. Every year we have to put up electrical facilities to run. Mr. Copperwood ends up coming and spending almost the whole weekend fixing up, repairing things, trying to keep us going. And we would really like to, we don't have a lot of money right now. We'd like to start small, but the first thing I guess that we would consider would be a permanent electrical service, large enough to handle the festivities, and then go on from there. Whether it be to try to raise money to build a building such as the one that I toured in Houston. You know, there's lots of possibilities, but if we had some place permanent, the possibilities could be seen.
Would that be somewhat like the Houston organization where they have, I think, tilt-out sides on it so that you can have little kiosks or whatever for sale of foods and whatnot like that?
Probably not food, but for the beer sales and that, we would probably go there. We do have the vendors that come to town or that we contract with that take care of the food. And our committee isn't large enough to handle food for the weekend. But it would be basically the same type of situation.
One thing about Houston, I guess, I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but what they say is that they don't charge their vendors any amount of money for coming in and displaying and selling. Now, does Rushford plan to charge the vendors?
We charge the vendors a small fee and then electrical fee. We don't charge them a percentage. I think Houston, any vendor in Houston has to pay the committee 15% of their sales, which we don't do.
So how would Houston tabulate that?
I think honesty. From what I've understood, honesty is what I've understood.
Well, I hope.
The old honor system.
And we don't, you know, we don't do that right now in the present. We don't. The vendor pays electrical fee according to the amount of time, days they're going to be there, and they pay us a small fee. Non-profit pays $25 and a for-profit pays $50. And that's to take care of the expenses because we take care of the garbage, picking up all of the garbage. We have to pay to have a dumpster for all this garbage. We pay, usually we've been getting like the FFA and we give them a donation or pay individuals, youngsters in the community that'll take care of cleaning up every day. And that fee is what covers.
Would that rates that you quoted, would that be per day that the people have to pay? Or
no, per weekend. The $50 is per weekend, or $25 if they're nonprofit.
The other part I think that excites, should excite the city a little bit is that, and there's no guarantees, but we've talked a little bit about what other things might this bring to the community, and I think we all know that the Historical Society has been active in trying to promote summer concerts and whatnot down there, and they've struggled with tents and bad weather. This would give them a place to host those kind of events and carry out their mission and what they want to do. We've talked about the possibility of doing some winter events, and I think it just opens up a whole additional set of things that Rushford Festivities could be doing if they are able to generate some permanency, and from that permanency perhaps an income stream that will help them achieve things that they want to do.
Thank you, Karen. Having been on this committee before, this is a great idea. Personally, I think that's a great idea. It'll we talk about tourism and getting people to come to town, and this is awesome, to be able to do something like this. It's a great start for, and also, my personal feeling, I like Creekside Park, but I think this is an advantage to all the business people downtown, which helps every business down there. But and it keeps everybody in a core center of our community. So I think this is an awesome idea, and I'd like to see us move on this.
Motion by Ms. Benson,
Second.
second by Mr. Johnson. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried, and good luck.
Most everybody will tell you, since they moved it back uptown, it's the best thing they ever did.
We have had a lot of
Yes,
favorable
you have a
comments.
permanent building and they have this section area you're in, I think it's,
Just for a bit of information, though, to expound on what Mr. Dahl had said, Rushford has gotten a bad rap against those vendors over the last 3-4 years.
As far as,
Those people not wanting to come here for whatever the reasons are, whether it's too high or they don't feel welcome or what. The host of those people that you see in Houston, a lot of those used to come to Rushford.
vendors as in the ones that are in the park?
Craft show vendors and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, we are,
yeah. So I would just encourage you to revisit that,
we are
to see what you
revisiting
can
that.
do to entice those people back again. Because they do have a following
Right,
that go with them. So,
right. We've tried to encourage them back and haven't had any luck, but we've,
it maybe just needs a little 10 or 11 care to get it done, so. But you've done an outstanding job, and I thank you from our
Thank you.
part.
thank you,
Thank you.
And good luck.
thank you.
Mr. Mayor, just